Now, I'm deep enough, but you see the way I'm still rocking, John? That's because I'm not wide enough. Right then, on the lathe we have a piece of spalted sycamore, and I'm going to use it to answer a question that I got from a viewer who came into the stall. His name is John, and he's having a little problem with making candle holders for these jarred candles, right? So without any further ado, we're just going to round this off, and then when I get to the piece John is having the problem with, I'll go into it in a little bit more detail, because I know exactly where John's having his problem. Right, then we'll round it off. I just want to flatten this face off, and then we'll stick a mortise into it so I can mount it on a chuck. And then we get to the part that John seems to be having the problem with. I mean, it's going to be another fairly short video this week. Because these things do not take long, and if you have a stall or sell your turnings, these actually turn very well, or sell very well. Right, so we're quickly going to, that's okay, we're quickly going to stick a tenon in this and finish the base, and then we can get to the interesting part of John's problem. And it's not really a turning problem John is getting, it's, I was more almost like a measuring problem. But it's just something that he can't get his head around. So I'm going to, I told him I would do a video on it, to go step by step. Right. Let's get this tile sock out of the way because we won't be using it again. Too close and too high. Right, just one quick check. I checked the line. Sitting on the outsides, slightly dished. It is. Check it. Yeah, fits. Right then, I'm going to stand and finish this base, and I'll be right back, and we'll get to the problem part of this. Right, and just poking the wax off the base of it. It's very pretty wood, but as I said, this is just really to get it mounted. Right, okay, so that base is now finished. I won't have to touch it again. Right, so first things first, we're going to flatten off the top of this so we have something flat to work to. I've got the small bow guards for this. It happens to be handy. down. Just bring it down, take out those middle bits. Right, now we get a nice clean cut on it. Right then, now we're at the stage where John is having a problem, right? John's problem is, and the way he described it to me is, when he does these and he puts the candles in, that they rock, right? Now, there's a couple of ways that could be doing it here. He either could be doing the hole for the candle slightly too small, or he's not going high enough, right? Now, what I think John is actually doing is John is measuring, right? Hopefully you can see this, right? John is measuring to here, right? See the way there's a tiny little step there, right? John is measuring to either that or he's going slightly above it, where what you need to measure to is up here on the flat part, right? Now, if you are measuring to the flat part and you're still getting a rock, right, your hole is too thin, right? You have to creep up on it, right? If you go below that, if you go below this, right, the corner of that curve there, right, if you go below that, it's always going to rock because you're not on a straight. So basically, John, this is what I was saying to you about where to measure to. You measure to anywhere up here on it, right? And you just make sure it's deep enough, right? Now, I will have to go down at least that deep to get onto a flat, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this, right? But I'm going to measure it small, right? Now, you see the way that is smaller than the width of this. That's because I want to creep up on it. I want to get this to be a tight fit. But I think that's where you're going wrong, John. I think you're measuring to about there, right? Either that or you're measuring to that flat. And that's why your candles are rocking when you do these. Right. As I said, it's more of a measuring problem John is having than a turning problem. Just double checking this. Right then. I don't know what's wrong with me today, I just can't do this bit. Right, there is where I'm going to cut into. And all I'm going to do is cut straight in with a parting tool. But I'm going to make very sure that I go deep enough. Right, I'm in there with a parting tool. I can now grab a gouge and take this lot out a lot easier. Right, and another thing is you have to make sure that the bottom of this is either perfectly flat or a little bit concave, right? Now we grab the candle, right? Now this is where I think you're wrong, John. That looks plenty deep, but it's actually not, because if you look at that, right, I'm not up on this wall yet. I'm only to about there, right? So this is what I think you're doing, John. I think you're not going deep enough. Because is that the rock that you described to me? Way too fast, Shay. that moving in the chuck? I think it did. I think that moved in the chuck. Let's just reseat it. I think that's better. I think that moved slightly in the chuck because I whacked it up too fast there. Now we clean up the base, clean up the bottom again. As I said, I'm looking for perfectly flat or slightly concave. What I do sometimes, see there where I'm going in the middle? Just slightly, that's just to add a little bit of interest in there. Now, I'm deep enough, but you see the way I'm still rocking, John? That's because I'm not wide enough. So now what I need to do is I need to creep up on that. Taking away little bits at a time. Now what you got to remember is when you're doing that, the creeping up, you're cutting away, you're actually cutting away. Oh, so close, but not yet. You're actually cutting away twice what you're seeing, because you're cutting it from this side and you're cutting it from that side. Did that too fast thing again. Oh, what's up with me today? As you can probably see in one of the end cameras, like I should be on that camera at the moment, I'm taking away tiny little bits. Still a very slight rock in it. So I'm still not wide enough. So you really have to creep up on this. To get a good fit. There we go, no rock. Now even though that looks quite deep, with this candle that is still not deep enough because that is quite high there. So I have the width, now I just need to go deeper. I said it depends on the make of candle you're using. Like Yankee candles are notorious, they're very deep. I'm just going to work my way across at the parting tool here, because I know I'm concave in the middle. So I don't actually have to go too far. And now I'm creeping up on the depth. Now there is still a little bit, it's still a little bit skinny, right? And so now this can take a while to get it right, but if you get the fit just right, it's worth it. And as I said, check it every time, because there we go, right, there we go. Now that is sitting in perfectly there. That is not moving, it is not rocking, right? It'll actually just sit there, right? That's the kind of fit you're looking for, John, right? And you do it by creeping up and making sure that you're deep enough. So as I said, John, I think that's where your problem was. Now I'm only just touching that straight now, but I'm up off that curve. I think that's where your problem is, John. Right, and now that part's done, let's make the outside pretty. Right, we bring up the tile stock for this. Right, now this is where you can let your artistic stuff flow. Right, basically it's up to you what you're doing here, right? I have a design that I like to do, which is 2 curves with a raised bit in the middle, right? And right, so I will just grab a parting tool and I eyeball these. You can measure them if you want, right? I just eyeball them, right? So that's about the middle, so I will go to there and I will go to there, right? And that's about the middle. Now I'm just going to curve the outsides down. Right, going to curve the outsides a little bit. Right, and then just a little cove in the middle. I like to keep the outsides of these kind of simple, especially when the wood's nice. Right, just a little cove in the middle, and that's all I'm doing with this. Right, I'm not doing anything else with this. Because this is really pretty wood, I do not want to mess up that shape, right? Now, it's a little bit chippy there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the corners on both. As I said, this is spalted sycamore and it's been around for a while, so it's a little bit chippy. So we curve that, and just to match it down, we'll take that bit out as well. Right, and that will do us. Right then, I'm going to stand and finish that and I'll be right back. Right then, just popping the wax off this. It's a very pretty piece of wood. A very pretty piece of wood. This piece is actually going out to Lourdes. My wife volunteers every year with a group that bring people out to Lourdes, and they hold like fundraising raffles and stuff over there, and that's where this piece is actually going to end up. It's one of the few pieces I'm doing to bring over, but it's something she does every year. I'm very proud of her for actually doing it, because it's a lovely thing to do. Right, as I said, a very, very pretty piece of wood. Right, I'll take this off, stick the candle in it and give you a better look at it. So I'll be back in a sec. Right then, there we have it, a very pretty little candle holder. Candle is a good fit. As I said, John, I think that's where your problem was. You were measuring to the wrong part. I didn't have one to show John in stock, so I told him I would do this video for him. So hopefully that's helped you out, John. If anybody got anything out of this and enjoyed it, if you would mind clicking like, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next one.